So I woke up with super hot cheeks today. Let's do this. I love this stuff so much. The 𝗕𝗲𝘂𝘂𝘁𝗆. Oh, it already feels better. And I'll put it on pretty thick and kind of wear it as a mask. I'm not going to worry about my forehead. My forehead's fine. It's my retinol. My retinol's got me super spiced, but my retinol works. I do need to lay off of it though. I think I'm getting a little wild with it. I need to scale it back. So we will need to blot this later. You would just take a tissue and blot it. But I just love wearing it. And 2 pumps, it's not like we're overdoing it or just putting on a ton and wasting it. But whenever my face just feels a little spicy, this stuff. And in the summertime, I can't live it. I'm on my 2nd bottle. I really love this stuff. And I know that y'all are gonna ask what retinol I've been using, so let me get you a link. It's from 𝗕𝗏𝘂𝘁𝘆. It's very strong. There's a stronger one, which I haven't graduated to, and the way I'm misusing the retinol right now, I don't think I should. I'm just doing it too much. And I know to scale it back. But yes, I will give you the link. Let's do a super matte, structured, bright lid eye. Let me just show y'all what you're seeing me do right here. This is kind of important. So of course I had my eye cream on and I just looked at my lid and it looked a little too shiny. So when we put too much eye cream on, or even just our regular amount of eye cream, it's always a good idea to kind of feel what's going on here in our crease, because that eye cream can sabotage us later and we don't want that. So just give it a nice little tap. If you really have oily eyelids, I would take a tissue and blot my eyelids. And if they're extra oily, you could do a light dusting of translucent powder and then your base. It's gonna create that barrier. If I just went right on top with clean canvas, I would have had creasing later, but now I'm not going to. I thought it would be fun to only use brushes from the Essential Travel set today, which I'm going to link. This brush, this wonderful, fantastic, beautiful concealer brush is from that set. So I'm going to go ahead and link that right now. And all the brushes, like I said, are from that set. So y'all liked my eye look yesterday. I don't really remember exactly what I did, but we're going to do something similar. And then I want to put that silver from Kiko Milano in there too. Let's first start with this shade. That look was kind of a mixture of both cool and warm tones. This is going to be considered a very cool tone. Since my face is so pink right now, you can kind of see the pink in it. You're welcome. I fried my face off for you. I'm just gonna keep packing this in, and then again, this brush is from that set. So first we're gonna pack with the side. And the reason that I made this brush a lot thinner, let me grab an E28, is because I wanted to be able to place blend, but we needed a little bit more precision. Apparently, here they were. So I want to show you the difference really quickly. Do you see how much thinner that is than the well, I'm terrible. It's a lot thinner, and that means, I'm just gonna let this, so what that means is that you're gonna be able to get a little bit more precision with this brush. You can still do some buffing if you like to buff with this one, but I will say that this one is going to do more buffing since it's fluffier. You fluff, you buff. Remember that. But I wanted to use this today. So let's put back our E28 before I make a mess. I think I'll just do this eye and then I'll come back and finish this eye in a second because I'm filming this one for a video. But that's going to be easier. What do I want to do next? Where should we go? Let's transition a little bit with the warm. I feel a lot of times we forget that we can mix tones and it gives such a beautiful effect. So I'm going to press that a little bit into, see how I'm pressing it into that first shade? And then I'm transitioning it. That's really going to melt it together. If I had just went up here, it would have had a harder time transitioning. So we have to remember, I'm picking up a little bit more. We have to remember that we need to push it into that transition shade. And this goes for the most simple of simple eyeshadow looks that you want to do. Don't be afraid to kind of mix them. We're still able to see that. See how we can still see that color? But we're getting a much more even transition. And I'm using the side of the brush to do this. It's going to keep tapping back and forth till I get a little bit smoother transition. Isn't this fun? I got carried away. I can't be stopped. Okay, let's wipe off our brush on Sheila. Now, the next thing I did was I grabbed this shade and we're just going to place that on our lid. And where I'm placing that is right after the iris. Okay, really push that onto the lid. I need to pick up a little bit more. Make sure that it's connected up here. Push that into our socket. Then I wiped off my brush again on 𝗕𝗲. Then I grabbed this shade, that one on the outer part of the eye. Melt that together. It's giving Calico Cat. Then I flip that towards the ceiling. Push that into our socket a little bit more. Then I grabbed more of this shade, definitely wiped off my brush, and then I just transitioned a little bit more with some warmth all the way across. And I just kept tapping till it gets nice and smooth. So let's add a little bit more of the tacky base. I picked up just a tiny, tiny, tiny amount. Go ahead and just really push that in there. This lid color, well, I'm gonna put 2 lid colors on, and what I'm about to put on is probably my favorite thing in the whole wide world to do right now. So now we're gonna take this color. Gosh, I just love, watch, look at this. You just pack that on and you can even shape with it. It's so pigmented and my lid just looks delicious. There's no other adjective for it. We're gonna push that in there. Like we can even do a carve with it. I'm gonna grab some on the tip of the brush so we can push it into the socket some more. Ugh, looks so good. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe off my brush. I'm gonna grab this shade again. Maybe a little bit of this shade and this shade. Now we need to transition that. And there we go. I'm doing wing liner today. We have our Inglot gel liner, and I did 1 drop of Duraline. And what Duraline does, it gives it a really smooth, fluid consistency, and it just absolutely glides on. And also, this is a waterproofing situation, okay? I'm gonna show y'all how to kind of get your concealer to stop smudging, get your liner under here to stop smudging. I need to do a video on that. You can even make a liquid liner out of an eyeshadow, and it's gonna be waterproof and last. So if you're thinking, is this gonna change the consistency? It's actually gonna make it waterproof. 10 out of 10. So E26, let's do a wing. I still need to perfect the other one I got over there on my eyeball. Ooh, 2016 Rose is back with her gel wing liner. Don't sleep on this brush either. And I will say do this in. All right, we got our lashes ready. I'm doing style number 2 today from Libre Lashes. Remember to grab from the center and place from the center. The first thing that we want to do is to go in and start moving that around, but let it get acquainted. I know it's not stuck right there perfectly. Let it get acquainted with the eye. Let's go ahead and put on the other one, grab from the center. There you go. Let it make friends with your eye first. All right, now it's made friends. Now we can grab it from the front, and I kind of, see how I lift it up? I'm lifting it up to really make sure I'm pressing it into the lash line. It's not going in the lashes, it's going on the skin right above the lash. I'm wiping this off on 𝗕𝗲, because if we have glue on here, then we're just gonna have chaos and it's gonna rip it off. Make sure that's placed, and then I'm just gonna push them upwards. Okay, I'm gonna go film something. I will be right back. I'm gonna finish this whole tutorial. I don't want you to think I'm gonna come back and have something done. I'm just gonna go film it and I will be right back. Told you I'd be back. All right, let's finish up this face. What should we do? What should we do? I think that we should definitely use the Laura Mercier foundation again. Where did my shade go? It was not cashew. Soft sand. Yeah. I really like this foundation. But I'm going to let y'all kind of decide which one you like better. I'm going to post that tonight, the wear test between the Cover FX and this one. Little comparison. But I'm going to let y'all decide. Now, definitely give this one a really nice shake. Give it a really good shake. I mean, give all liquid foundations a shake, but I feel like this one is just very liquidy in a good way. Do you see that? That's kind of shows you. But just shake it up, please. Whoo, my face is red. I can tell right now. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's grab our C42. The brush that 𝗕𝗲𝘂𝘁𝘆 used in the viral video was a Makeup Forever one, and it actually did sell out. But I'm gonna use my C42 because that's why. Look at that. It's just going such a long way. And then look, it doesn't absorb it. It's just sitting right on top. And then if we want to add more, we can absolutely add more. But the key, let me tell you, I'm going to add more, but when you use this particular brush, the fibers, they are special. We know this, blah, blah, blah. But when you're using this brush, what it's doing, it's not taking away. It's using what's on your face and spreading that out as thinly and evenly as possible. Damp sponges can just take it away. This is letting your product do the most for you. We're wasting less and we're getting the most even application, period. That Makeup Forever brush can go viral. So can the C42. Woo, I like this. I like this a lot. Watch how satisfying that is. Blur, blur, blur. All right, now let's watch it melt into my forehead, go around my brows. Douglas is wanting in. I need to go let him in. Ooh, that is satisfying. And then I'll just press it in between here. And then it'll fit there. I'm not going to worry too much about that because that's where I want to put my concealer. So I actually don't want to put a whole lot of foundation there, but I do want to kind of blend it out. And what you're seeing here, that's the eye base. That is going to need some concealer or it would have need cleaned off. Did you get in? Oh, he got in. See what happens when you're filming way too much? I forgot that I was using the travel set. I brought this on myself. I filmed another undertone video. I'm filming this eye look, and then I'm filming this story. I try my best. That's okay. So we're doing our concealer here, the Kosas 2.6C. I'm gonna work that in. I'm still gonna use the other brushes, but I would have used this one for foundation. It's really nice. I feel like it's gonna be really good with this foundation too. We'll use it again. Okay, so let's work that in. Whew. Concealer. I love concealer. It's so satisfying. So let's take that in here. I need to shut my door. My mom has a little friend over and they're just chatting. It's so flippin' cute. My mom is 70, by the way, and I think her friend is a little bit older, but so it's just precious to me. I love her so much. So I want to do a heavier bronzer and I have no powder on my face, but I want this to look a little bit more natural. On my skin tone, this can pull a little bit too warm, a little bit too yellowy orange. We can see it there. So if you want to get your most natural looking bronzer, let me show you something. So I want you to grab a strawberry colored blush. Grab a red cream blush. Something like this. This one's from 𝗕𝗂𝘂𝘁𝗄. It's my absolute favorite, as you can see. We want something not too red, but not too orange. You can see that this is not orange in any way. So we're going to take our brush. This is from our set. The smallest amount, 2 taps, and I'm going to lightly, I'm talking ever so lightly, apply this where we're going to apply our cream bronzer. The bronzer that I just showed you. Okay, that's starting to show up. And I know you're thinking, well, we're just putting red blush everywhere. This looks terrible. It's going to be completely hidden and it's going to balance and add some redness to that bronzer that I need. So if you have a cream bronzer that's too orange for you, try this. You can even do this with powders and powders. Creams, powders. That's about where we want to be. We can build it up a little bit more, but that looks about right. So you can see the difference there. Okay, now we go in with our LYS bronzer, and I'm not gonna do just a stripe. I find that even myself, I do want to go striping it, but when we stripe it, it just deposits so much color, and then we don't know where to put it. So we're just doing some tappings. No striping, just tapping. Now we're gonna grab the same brush, and then we're gonna melt it in. And I'll do a video where I don't do it on one side and show you that difference. But I love this bronzer because it actually gives more coverage without putting on more foundation because it's a full coverage bronzer. So I love it, but it can just sometimes pull a little too warm on me. And I just needed a little bit more red. So I hope that this tip helps. I went and bought another shade of the NARS blush. So I bought the shade 𝗕𝗂𝘂𝘁𝗄𝗏, and it's a lighter shade than this one, okay? So this one's amour, which is the one we love, but let's look at 𝗕𝗂𝘂𝘂𝘁𝗄𝗏. It looks like it's the exact same formula, that matte that's super soft. I'm hoping it's the same, but sometimes even though they're both mattes, they don't do the same thing. So let's see, let's grab it on our C41. And remember, no powder on your face. With this particular one, I don't want you to use Milani Baked blush and do it this way. It'll be a nightmare. But this particular, yep. Ooh. Oh, I love it so much. But I need to do a side-by-side to see if it's very similar. So let's do that. So this is 𝗕𝗂𝘂𝘂𝘂𝘂 on this side. Okay, but let me switch brushes. Set that down. Okay, I'm gonna let this slide run out. Okay, grab this one. Now, I switched brushes. This is the one I always wear, amour. For some reason, I think they're gonna be too similar. They look almost identical on my skin tone. So, I'm gonna try it without bronzer next time and we'll test that out, but they do look pretty similar. This one, which is darker, it is a little bit darker, but I feel that they're super, super close. Me studying. I'm not eyeing you, I'm eyeing the blushes. This one does feel a hair lighter, just a hair though. Okay, I got my powder ready. I'm gonna go back in, make sure this is nice and smoothed out. And don't be afraid to kind of blend that out. See how nice and seamless that is now? We don't have that any powder on our face, and the way that that blush kind of mixes in with the liquids and all the creams and the foundations and all that, it's perfect. There's never an issue. Really into this powder. I really, really like it. I'm gonna even that out, and let's go ahead and set our under eye. And I feel like I'm not gonna say it's a dupe for the Givenchy. No. It's more matte. That being said, it's not extra, extra pink. It's very similar in terms of tones. The Givenchy is a pink powder, but it's not a ultra pink, turn the under eye pink. It's a brightener, which is what a pink powder really and truly is. It brightens. But I just love how blurring it is, and I love how it really sets the makeup. And what I mean by that is it's so finely milled, it gets in there, okay? It gets in that concealer and it goes and it sets it. And then your concealer isn't misbehaving later. So I'm really, really enjoying how finely milled it is, and I really like the color. They have a scented and unscented version of it, which is amazing. We love that, so thoughtful. I think you can pre-order it right now too. It's been out for a long time. I think it's just so good, it's sold out. And then I'm gonna take some on this brush and I'm just gonna set the rest of my face. I'm just using the side of my face, kind of sculpt it there, finish this up, take it through here. I have some more here on my hand, just gonna pick that up. Oh, my tummy's growing. It's time for my cereal. I love cereal, by the way. I know I don't normally share a lot about my life. Every once in a while I tell y'all something. But if you've ever wondered, I love cereal. I love. And if it was up to me, I would eat Lucky Charms every single day. But right now I just eat like plain shredded wheat, but I still love it. Let's do a caramel waterline. Oh, I just love these. This is the Melt one that we love so much. It just makes brown eyes. I feel like it's beautiful on all colors of eyes. Green, it's gonna enhance brown, it's gonna enhance blue. And it's just, ooh, I love it. So apparently, y'all actually do take my recommendations. And this is sold out. It'll be back. I know that they're going to restock. But sign up. Get on that waiting list. It's not even because of this color. I can dupe a color. But this year, I'm all for finding dupes, but it has to be the same formula too. I'm not just duping colors, which I've always been pretty good about that, but I know that y'all want dupes, so sometimes I feel bad. But I really just want to be very clear that yes, we could dupe this color, but the way that this glides on, the way that this wears, how pigmented this is, we cannot dupe that. I have not been able to yet. Maybe we will. Right now, I can't. These are incredible. Get all the shades. So I put a little bit of my Milk primer underneath here. Now we're gonna go back in with this shade right here. Grab that on our E27. And the reason that I have that base underneath there is because it ensures that I'm not gonna have fallout. I just never have fallout when I do this. And I highly recommend that you do it. I love this base. I feel everybody needs a clear base in their collection. Now since obviously we went spicy. Okay, but I'm not trying to act like this is a natural look. But we went a little bit more neutral with the eyes. Let's do a more intense lip color. Something I wouldn't normally use. We're gonna use one of Mario's, but I'm not sure which one. Ooh, that one kind of reminds me of MAC Dew Bonnet. Y'all remember that? I think I want something a little bit darker. Do I want to do a brown? Should we do a brown? Maybe something like this? Yes. Ooh, I like how red brown that is. Ooh, I love it. This one's for Mario. This is Central Park. So I'm just going to throw this on. Y'all are going to love this formula. Okay. And I'm going to use Jeff Lip Liner, also Makeup by Mario. Isn't this pretty? It's perfect with it. This actually does remind me of MAC Dew Bonnet. I haven't seen that color in a while, so this might be a little off. It's just how I remember it. So if it isn't, don't judge me. This is just how I remember it. Well, this might be one of my favorite looks. I should wear different colored lipsticks more often. I just love these Mario ones. I love them so much. I love the formula. I love all the colors. I love them. Now, I'm gonna go edit. I have so many things I'm going to edit and I'm so excited about them. Everything's helpful. I love you all so much and I'm definitely gonna see you in the comments tonight. I hope that y'all's 2024 is going the way that y'all want it to go. I hope y'all are having a wonderful January so far. I am. A lot of you actually asked and I just love y'all so much. Y'all are such caring, wonderful, thoughtful people and I love you. All right, I'm gonna go make myself a black coffee. I'm so excited. And then I'm going to go edit. I love y'all so much. I can't say it enough.